got everything set up here to tap. I got my tap tool in here. Everything's tightened down. Got everything fixtured in tight. Now the next step is to align this tap. So you have to make sure it's perfectly aligned or you will snap this tap off. So the way that I do that is I bring it down and then I move the bed over until I'm perfectly aligned with that hole, and then I will drop the tap in, and if the tap fits in all the way around, then I know I'm good. If there's no gaps, then I'm off center just a little bit. So it looks like this tap is fitting in that hole pretty good. Nothing's binding up, and I should be ready to tap this hole out. So I'm going to try a new feature on my machine here, and that's this right here. So I have a video, an earlier video that talked about why or what's better than a Bridgeport. That's what it's titled. And I talk about how this lagoon here is different, all the different features on it. Even though it looks like a Bridgeport and it's built like a Bridgeport, they've actually made quite a few upgrades to it that I think set it apart from a Bridgeport. The biggest thing being this 40 taper tooling that it will accept. I've heard that there are some Bridgeports out there that could take 40 or 50 taper tooling, but they're pretty rare. And I don't want to say this is standard on a lagoon, but it's more prevalent on a lagoon than it would be on anything else. So what this does, this feature allows me to push start the motor, and when I release it, turns the motor off. So let me see here, I'll go forward. All right. And to stop it, I have to hit the stop button. When I push this toggle back, now when I hold this down, the motor will start. And when I release, the motor stops. I think that's pretty key for tapping because you wanna ease into the tap, and then once you know you're good, then you can drive through. But if you just press the go button and just continue to, you gotta keep this stop handy. You gotta be prepared to stop and prepared to back out that thread. Whereas this way I can just hit this, it'll stop automatically, and then I can go to backing it out. So I got everything lined up. I got my switch turned over, and I think I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start tapping. I got 184 to go, 184 holes to go, so let's go ahead and get started. I've got one side down, 3 more to go. So you can see we got nicely tapped holes, and if I grab a 5/8 bolt Should go in nice and smooth. There we go. Not too bad. Alright, and the threads are the key to this modular design. The threads are going to allow us to bolt anything we want to these feet or to these legs. These are the legs. This is what will lay on the floor or be closest to the ground, and everything will build out or up from here. So for this specific model, right here in the middle, we're going to have some handles bolted on. On the bottom, we'll have some feet bolted on, and then we'll have a cross brace bolted on coming out from the side. Later on, we can attach hooks. We can attach a beam, a vertical beam. I mean, you could really get creative with this thing. So we'll see what happens. This is a prototype. This is an idea in my head. I think it will work. I think it'll be something that no one else has out on the market. But we'll see. We'll see if people like it or not. So it's not going to be cheap once I'm done with this. The amount of work that's involved and the amount of material that's involved for a full set, it won't be cheap, but it'll be original. It'll be unique. It'll be something nobody else has. So we'll see what happens. Now we'll flip this around and start tapping out the rest of the holes.